So, I just got done playing the Final Fantasy XVI demo and my PlayStation caught on fire, so I need a new one. As you can see, so many people are enjoying the demo. I'm gonna go over the gameplay and all my thoughts for it right here in this video. I was getting Final Fantasy XVI day one, no doubt about it. But when I see certain trailers and things, I'm definitely going to point out stuff I don't like, stuff I do like. And when I did point out some criticisms, I did get shut down pretty fast. Now, not everyone was like that, and I get it. I come from Kingdom Hearts fan base. People are crazy, and people are very passionate, but I love action games more than anything, and I'm gonna point out things that I think should or shouldn't happen to the genre in general. Now, when I was watching gameplay, it all looked fantastic, and I commented on all these positive things. You can see it on my Twitter. But I mentioned I do not like the camera, and I hope there is camera settings, and this was proceeded to be followed up by this. Just hate. What's wrong with the camera? What are you even talking about? The camera doesn't matter. Just trying to nitpick. What kind of minuscule criticism is that? I mean, I saw that coming. It does seem like a small criticism, but someone who plays countless action RPGs and action games, over the years you start finding things you don't like and you would rather not have in these games. And I'm not sure what this new trend is of having your character so damn close to the screen. It literally limits your surroundings, and in these games, you're gonna get hit off screen a lot, and a lot of these games end up resorting to using indicators and stuff. And Square Enix has come from so many good FOVs and camera angles in their action games. And Crisis Core Reunion literally having a setting to turn off cinematic cameras, and it puts Zack right in the middle of the screen. But now, after playing the demo myself, it is a whole different story. Now, I'm still not a huge fan of the camera look when you're exploring and stuff like that, but in this type of cinematic game, it works because in combat scenarios, they pull it back. They even let you control it yourself. If you put Clive in the middle, the camera will stay that way until you dodge around or kind of move it yourself. One thing I mentioned over and over, though, when I threw out any sort of criticisms or worries was that I think the combat is going to be fantastic. The dev team and the names working on this game are too good for it to ever be even remotely close to bad. It was going to be good. I was just not going to let my expectations get the better of me this time. And you know what happened? The game blew me away, and I knew it was going to be so much fun, but I didn't expect a couple things in here, so let's go over it. The first thing is the movement. Now, Final Fantasy VII Remake does not have a jump button. This game was kind of motivated by like God of War and stuff like that, these big AAA action games. Those don't have jump buttons. Final Fantasy XVI lets you jump, lets you dodge in the air. All the movement in this game is very fast, and it is one of the smoothest combat systems I have played in a while, pretty much next to Kingdom Hearts 3 and Devil May Cry 5. So it was pretty nice to get control, start moving around, and be like, wow, this is even better than I expected. See, in the very beginning, and these were just from trailers, I did not have the same opinions as a lot of people that were just kind of hating did. There was a lot of people saying it doesn't look like Final Fantasy and we don't want action combat. Now, I always thought both of those complaints were kind of ridiculous. If anything, this looks like an older style Final Fantasy setting. So like, I just played Final Fantasy 13 on stream, and this game from the demo felt more Final Fantasy in quotes than 13 did. And the action turn-based thing, I truly don't think it matters as long as the gameplay is fun. Action, strategy, turn-based, it doesn't matter. You always have JRPGs like Dragon Quest or Octopath you could definitely go play. Now, I get wanting your Final Fantasy to stay turn-based, but with this team making this action system, you honestly want it. This game could be the game of the year for a lot of people. Even myself, after playing the demo, I feel this could totally be game of the year for me. Square dropping a demo was the best thing they could have ever done. I don't think trailers did this game full justice, and by that I mean it looked beautiful and they could show off as many amazing gameplay things as you want, but at the end of the day, you pretty much just see a bunch of crazy particle effects and a player playing not in the way you probably would. So the demo helps you feel exactly how the game is going to play, and it's one of those that just absolutely turns heads. Like, people are getting hyped, people that didn't even really have the game on their radar, haters are turning around and saying, wow, that was actually really fun. Honestly, anyone who says that demo was bad is just lying out their ass, in my opinion. Like, you could say it's not your vibe, but the game is not bad. Was an incredible demo. Story, voice acting, music, gameplay, bosses, all of it was incredible. In the beginning, though, what the hell else was I supposed to think? They were showing these trailers and saying their motivations and inspirations were like God of War and these big AAA action games, and then I saw that camera view that they all copy off of each other, and I'm like, great, the next thing I know, I'm going to be playing the demo, and there's going to be on-screen indicators telling me where enemies are, because you can't even see them because the camera is so close. But no, none of that is in there. Thank God, there's nothing like some on-screen indicators completely ripping out the immersion when you're playing an action game. Now that all the mumbo jumbo is out of the way, let's get into a bunch of cool little details I thought were actually amazing. One of my favorite ones was magic finishers. I could definitely see some of the Kingdom Hearts team influence on here. I love that I could finish a combo with a magic and it just does like this big magic burst, basically finishing the combo on a magic finisher. I also love the use of vibration and haptic feedback with the PS5 controller for this game. They don't always just throw vibrations at you. They do it in a very smart way. You'll basically be doing your combo, and at the very end with your finisher, the remote will go crazy, basically emphasizing your actual heavy hits in combat. I really appreciate that attention to detail. The presentation aspect was actually like a 12 out of 10. It was so good. So basically, when they go into these little cinematic moments and you have to do QTEs or whatever it is, it's really smooth. Like, that's the smoothest I've seen a game go from gameplay transition into cutscene back into gameplay. It is really nice. I also saw a little bit of Platinum Games influence with the magic. When you're shooting the fireballs from far away like a machine gun, it just reminds me of the robot from Nier Automata. It's super cool to be able to shoot at range at all times, and then you could also click circle, closing the gap right away. And we also saw, you know, some trailers that showed a thing that kind of looked like Air Step from Kingdom Hearts 3. So I love all the different teams and inspirations coming in on this combat system. It's looking so fresh and in depth. And then there's the combos and style of it all, where obviously comes from Devil May Cry. So it's all coming together really nicely. And then the story portion and the voice acting and everything, I can't even like go into how good that was. I'm going to wait for the whole game to release, get through the whole story. Then you guys will obviously see a review. I'm actually going to be streaming the game day one on Twitch. So follow me over there if you want to be there for that journey. But yeah, I think this story is going to be insane. It's probably going to be a little too sad for me. Dark stories like this really get my ass, and at the end of the demo I was just sitting there with my hands on my face like, oh my god, are you serious? So yeah, that demo was pretty cool. It turned Final Fantasy XVI into a game I was definitely getting day one, but had some optimism on, you know, some of the design choices they were going to do, to possible game of the year for me just based on the demo. So if you have not played it already, might have had second doubts or anything like that, go download the demo, please. If you have a PS5, you'll be definitely doing yourself a favor. So I will be covering all of Final Fantasy XVI, combat guides, reactions, all the sorts. So definitely subscribe if you guys enjoyed JRPGs or Final Fantasy. So thank you guys for watching the video. Let me know all your thoughts on Final Fantasy XVI down below. What did you think of the demo? What did you think of all the discourse up until now? So yeah, I appreciate you guys. Drop a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.